guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see I am bringing a full coverage makeup routine today. I know it's a personal favorite for so many of us for many different reasons. Firstly, it gives you such a flawless skin that we all aspire for, which can be used for a long day event. Maybe you're going for a wedding or something. At the same time, if you're having a bad skin day like me, I personally suffer from acne, so sometimes I have blemishes or dark spots or acne scarring which I want to cover. With this kind of makeup routine, you can pretty much go by the day with a flawless, beautiful skin. At the same time, this kind of makeup routine is very long lasting, so it's not gonna budge, and I have tested it so many times in different occasions, and it has stayed put. So I can vouch for that if you follow this tutorial, you're gonna love it. If you want to see how I got this beautiful full coverage flawless makeup on, then let's get started. So the first step is to prep our skin, right? So today for the moisturizer I use the Tatcha Dewy skin cream. It's a beautiful cream, especially for winters, and as I've mentioned many times in my videos, I'm a very dry skin, so this really helps, and it's very important to prep your skin really well before you put any makeup on so that you don't see any, dry patches or unevenness. So make sure to really have a good moisturizer on. All right, so the next step after you moisturize is to put a primer on, because for this kind of a foundation routine where we are going for a full coverage, we also want longevity, and for that we should always prime our face. So today I'm going to use Pores No More from Dr. Brandt. It is one of my favorite primers out there. If you apply this, you're going to feel that the skin is really looking beautiful and all the pores are minimized, and it is almost giving you a blurring effect, which is great for this kind of a routine. I just applied in onto my problem areas, which is mostly the T-zone here, right? So
just I get oily only on this area, otherwise I'm pretty dry, so I mostly focus on this area only. So see, it is giving such a good blurring effect. It helps a lot, and whenever I put this on, I feel my makeup stays for a lot longer.
Once the skin is prepped, then you have to pick a foundation which is like a full coverage foundation, right? I have a couple of favorites, and one of those are the Lancome Taint Idol Ultra Wear. Like, this is one of my favorite foundations for those full coverage days. Another option which I know is a favorite for many people out there, I have seen this sold out all the time on Sephora, and so this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I know it's a favorite for so many people. I love this foundation. This is actually a medium coverage, but you can always build it up to a full coverage foundation look. So I am in the shade Warm Beige in this foundation. Let's use this today to go with our look. So I'm gonna just take few pumps of it on my palm. Probably this much for now. Let's see, if we need more we can always add more. And I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and put it around my face. All I'm doing is just pressing the foundation in with my beauty blender like that. See how beautiful the foundation looks already. So once that is done, the next step is to conceal, and I'm gonna use the same Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm using the same shade. It's Warm Beige. I'm gonna conceal my eyes, and then I'm gonna take another, and I'm just gonna spread it out. I have some hyperpigmentation here, so I just use a bit more, and other areas are still okay, so not too much, like that. So now let's just blend it in.
Today I'm using the natural sunlight, so I hope it's pretty clear for you guys. So just blend it out. And then on the eyes, be very gentle around the eye area. Bring your concealer up as well. Reason being, we're going to do our eye look too, and we want the eye look as well to stay for a longer time. So I'm going to just bring my concealer all over my eyelid.
So now we are going to set our eyes. So I'm going to take a brush, and as I mentioned, I just take the powder. And this powder is from Too Faced again. I think it's becoming a Too Faced tutorial today. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I'm using that powder. I really like the quality of it. It is very finely milled. So it's just beautiful. And I always do this baking under the eye so that we don't crease. It helps a lot with the setting of the under eyes. So just take a generous amount, because anyway this powder doesn't have any color to it. It just provides that blurring effect, right? So I'm gonna just spread it around and leave it like that for a while so that it can bake and really put it in place, right? So now we are gonna powder our face. I'm gonna go with my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Perfecting Powder, which I use pretty much in all my tutorials, and this is the shade medium. So it's a very lightweight powder, and I really like it because I don't want my powder to give me any color or, you know, to be a foundation, because I already put so much. The next step is to go with a bronzer. And for the bronzer also, I have switched and used couple of bronzers, but I have stuck by the Fenty Beauty bronzer. It's the color Island Ting, and it is very subtle and I really like that, but it gives that definition that I'm looking for. I can't go without a bronzer. I think it is a must. So with bronzer, people who are new, make sure to start with a less amount and you can always build it up. As you can see, I have a line formed, right? But it's slowly building up rather than making one harsh line and then you have to blend it a lot, right? So always take less product and then you can always build it up to whatever depth you're looking for. And you know, contouring and highlighting is such a beautiful technique, because once you put the foundation on, then it's like a blank canvas. So you have to put all the colors back to your skin. So you should learn the technique to do the right contour to your face so that it adds that additional dimension back, right? I will also put it down here because again, this gives a shape to our face, and a little bit on my forehead, but not a lot. I don't have that big of a forehead, so I'm still okay not putting a lot there. All right, so next comes the nose. I don't do a lot to my nose. I just take a tapered brush and I just draw a very thin line around my nose like that. Just so my nose gets a bit of shape as well, and I leave it like that for a while until I clean it up. So I'm gonna move on to the next step. Next step is my favorite because that's blush, and you know how much I love a blush. So again, I'm using the blush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's the Peachy Love Trio from them. I love this. I think firstly, I'm so much into peach and corally kind of looks, so this is my favorite color combination. And actually I take all of them together a little bit and then I just use them like that on my face. And again, the same technique we should follow for blush as well, that less is more. So you can always build it up, but don't go like ham the first time, because then you have to do a lot of blending and cleaning. So go gentle on every step that you do on your face. And with blush, I always say that even if you put more, don't worry, because blush is the first thing that's gonna rub off. It will anyway go lighter as the day goes by. So I actually concentrate more on the apples of my cheek because I want to highlight that. So each to their own, but that's my favorite thing to do. Some people prefer this area, but I actually like doing here. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean my under eyes.
Just take a brush and clean it around like that.
Now, with the same brush, rub the line that you drew on your nose. Just what we are trying to do is blend it. So it's not completely gone, it still is visible, but it'll be very light, so it'll look like a shadow, right? So we are trying to create a shadow around our nose, right? So that it looks very snatched. So it's not like we want to remove the entire line. It should be so blurred that you can hardly see it, but you can still have that snatched look, right? So like that. I'm gonna use a highlight, and my favorite these days is from Rare Beauty, and this is Outshine from Rare Beauty. Let's put 3 dots on the high points of our cheek like that, and I'm gonna put a little bit here and a little bit here as well. It's a beautiful shade. So just actually I think I did a lot but actually the good part with this highlighter is it is very gentle and not that crazy, you know, blinding highlighter. So it's still okay. Even if you put a lot, it's gonna blend into a very light highlight. It's not gonna be a crazy amount, so we are still okay. I don't know, I keep changing my mind. So some days I like a good blinding highlight, and most of the time I'm not into that crazy highlight, right? So I really like this because I'm more into that subtle highlight vibe. I'm gonna just blend it well as well. I'm loving this because the pink, the coral on the blush along with this gold looks so pretty. Probably it's giving me a inspiration for the eyes as well, because that's what we are gonna do next. Let me do a bit of touch up on the blush, slightly on my apples of the cheek, because it was covered with the highlighter, so I just wanna bring back the color to the skin. It looks so nice already. Okay, all right, so the next thing is to do our eyes, and I have 2 palettes here from Huda Beauty. They are both in the same color range. So this one is the warm brown Obsessions, and this one is Topaz Obsessions. It's a very similar color scheme. It's more on bronzy golden vibe. So this one is the warm brown Obsessions. It's a very nice palette, and they are beautiful colors, especially for a fall winter time, right? But it also has this beautiful pinky peach, so it's not like you can't create a summer look from it. So I really like it. And then this one is the Topaz Obsessions, and it also has a very similar color scheme, especially with the shimmers, but there are some additional colors, and I really like these 2 palettes. So I'm gonna mix them around to create the eye look today. And I'm gonna start with this shade from the warm brown Obsessions palette as my crease color, and I'm gonna start building it up. Start with the shade which is just a tinge darker to my color of the eye. So just keep putting and just keep blending, and I'm only targeting my crease at this point. Just put it on your crease. Then I'm gonna start using a pointy brush like this, and I'm gonna use the darkest shade from this palette. This is like a very dark brown, and I'm gonna start putting it on the outer corners. And because I want to stay in a particular area, I am using this kind of pointy brush so that I get that precision that I'm looking for. I'm also gonna put the same shade on the inner corners of my eye. Now I'm gonna take this plum shade and I'm gonna fill that up as well on the outer corners, close to where I put the darker brown, like that. And I'm gonna do the same on the inner corners as well, so like that. And then I'm gonna take a blending brush and just blend it well, so that there are no harsh lines. And as you can see, I'm only targeting the outer areas, but the inner lid is empty, right? That is what we want.
Keep blending. Like that.
And I'm gonna take the Topaz Obsessions, and there are so many beautiful shimmers in it. Let's start with this one, okay? It's a beautiful bronzy color. I think it's gonna go well with what I did so far. Oh, it's a beautiful shade. And you can see the pigment. It looks so beautiful on the eye. Actually, these palettes are really good. I really like them a lot, from Huda Beauty. Just what I'm doing is I'm focusing on the inner lid and I'm patting the shimmer just on the center, because on the sides I already have this dark plum and brown color, right? So again, just take like that. And just to finish it, I'm gonna again take the plum, this color, and just fill it back to my outer corner area and also to the inner corners. Just add a little bit, don't go like overboard. And again, just take a fluffy brush and blend it around. Don't go on the inside, because inside we have the shimmer on, right? So like that. So now for the bottom line, so I'm gonna mix the two shades, so this plum and this dark brown. Take a pointy brush and just don't draw like a harsh line. We want to have a blended look at the bottom, so that it looks, the whole eye looks like one beautiful color. And just keep, I'm not going again, as you can see, just did one dip of both the dark brown and the plum shade, and all I'm gonna do is blend it, so everything is in the blending, right, so that there are no harsh lines. So here is how the eye is looking. I'm gonna go back to the Topaz Obsessions for that shimmery shade that we have on the top. Just take a little bit of it, maybe mix it around with this one. This is also a pinky vibe, so just put a slight bit on the bottom lash as well, and the eye is pretty much done. Okay, so I'm gonna follow the exact steps on this eye as well, and I'm also gonna fill up my brows and do my liner and be right back. Guys, so I finished the other eye and have also done my brows and have put my liner on. If you wanna see how do I fill my brows and also how I do the cat eyeliner look, I already have a video up on my channel for both of those routines, so you can check them out. And here is the completed look. And I also applied my mascara on, and which is my favorite mascara. It is from Lancome and it is the Hypnotic Drama mascara. I always use this. I think this is my go-to mascara for any kind of look. It adds so much drama to the eyes, and I think the eye look is really looking fantastic. I am actually kind of digging it. So now the thing that's left is to put a lip color, right? And for this kind of a look, I want to go for the burnt orange shade that I have from Smashbox, and it's called Always On Liquid Lipstick, and the color is Out Loud. So let's put it on. It's one of my favorite shades. I kind of love this one. Alright guys, so here is the completed look, and as you could see, we could achieve a full coverage, flawless, beautiful skin. And also I'm kind of digging the whole plum brown bronzy eye look with the burnt orange lip. Let me know how did you find this tutorial, and if you're gonna try it, also let me know what kind of videos you want me to do in the future. My channel is all about makeup, fashion and skincare, so I plan to bring so much more in the future, so please keep watching. Also please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.